All right, let's be honest. Have you ever hit send on an email and just heard crickets? Or maybe you've walked out of a meeting thinking, what on earth did we just accomplish? We've all been there. Well, today we're going to crack the code on professional communication. This isn't just about sounding smart. It's a skill that can literally transform your career. Let's dive in. So, let's kick things off with a real gut check question. Is your communication style career ready? I mean, really ready? It's something we got to ask ourselves, because the way we talk, the way we write, how we interact with our colleagues, that stuff directly paves the road to where we want to go.
So, what exactly is professional communication? Let's get clear on this. It's not just, the casual chit-chat by the water cooler. Nope. This is communication that is strategic. It has a goal, and it's always focused on the audience. It's the lifeblood of a successful company, the engine that drives everything from smart decisions to real, tangible results.
Okay, first up, let's talk about mastering your written voice. Now, why start here? Because think about it. Every single email, every memo, every report you fire off, it's a permanent record. It's out there forever, and it's a direct reflection of you. Getting this right, it's not just a nice to have, it is absolutely non-negotiable.
So let's look at your written communication toolkit. You've got 3 essential tools at your disposal. First, you've got emails. These are like your Swiss Army knife, super versatile for all that day-to-day stuff. Then you've got memos. Think of these as the official bulletin board for important internal announcements. And finally, reports. These are the heavy hitters, what you pull out when you need to deliver detailed analysis and really sway some big decisions.
And this is where a lot of people trip up, right? They use the wrong tool for the job. You wouldn't use a hammer to saw a board. So look here. An email, that's your go-to for pretty much anyone, inside or outside the company. Updates, scheduling, you name it. But a memo, that's an inside job only. It's for policy changes, official announcements, and reports are for when you need to lay out all the facts, all the analysis for a big decision. Just knowing this difference, man, it's a game changer.
Okay, let's make this super practical. Look at this comparison. The email on the left, subject, update. It's so vague. This social media thing, it just screams, I don't have my act together. It's probably going to get buried in an inbox. Now look at the one on the right. Bam, clear subject line. You know exactly what it's about. The tone is professional, and it clearly states what's done and what's next. This email doesn't get ignored. It gets respect.
All right, we've nailed down the written stuff. Now let's jump into the live action world of meetings. For so many of us, meetings are something we just endure, right? We sit there passively. But the goal here is to flip that switch, to go from being a passive participant to an active contributor, someone who actually helps shape the outcome.
So how do you actually do that? How do you make your presence in a meeting really matter? Well, it starts with these key actions. And let's focus on listen actively for a second. This doesn't just mean waiting quietly for your turn to talk. No, it's about genuinely trying to understand what everyone is saying, so when you do speak up, your contribution is thoughtful, it's constructive, and it actually moves the conversation forward.
And check out this phrase. This is pure gold. Notice what's happening here. You're not just shutting someone down by saying, nope, bad idea. Instead, you're saying, hey, I see where you're coming from. That's respect. Then you state a specific concern, the timeline, and you finish by inviting collaboration. It's brilliant. It shows you're thinking critically, but you're also being a fantastic team player.
Okay, now let's flip the coin. What if you're the one running the meeting? This is huge. Your job isn't to be the boss in the room. It's to be the guide. And a huge part of that is making sure everyone's voice is heard. See that point about encouraging participation? That might mean you have to gently call on a quieter team member. You've got to make sure all the ideas are out there before you can make the best decision.
All right, last section. We've covered writing, we've covered meetings. Now let's talk about the final polish on your professional image. This is where the little things make a huge difference. We're talking about your vocabulary and your day-to-day etiquette.
Now, this is so important. Using professional language isn't about pretending you're perfect. It's about how you handle it when you're not. Saying, I screwed up, just sounds like panic. But when you say, I take responsibility for the mistake, that projects confidence and control. It tells everyone you've got this and you're already working on the fix.
Here's another one. Think about how you ask for things. Shooting off an email that says, get this done ASAP, it can feel like a command. It can create stress. But just a tiny little shift in language to, could you please complete this at your earliest convenience? Wow, it completely changes the vibe. It goes from a demand to a respectful request, and you're way more likely to get a positive, quick response.
And finally, this all rolls up into your everyday professional etiquette. This checklist here, yeah, these things might seem like common sense, but they are the bedrock of your reputation. Think about that last one, your digital footprint. Everything you do online can reflect back on you professionally. When you nail all these little habits, you're sending one very clear, very powerful message. I am a professional. I am reliable. I am someone you can count on.
So let's bring this all home. I want to leave you with a challenge, a question to think about right now. After everything we've just talked about, what's one small thing you can change today to make your professional voice just a little bit stronger? Just one thing. Because at the end of the day, it's those small, consistent changes that build a truly amazing career.